You can create classes that raise events. Often you'll do this when a class is a control that the user interacts with. For example, your class is a button control that the user can click, raising the click event. There might be other events as well, like the on-mouse over event, which is called when the mouse passes over the control. The second common reason to raise an event is when a class is asynchronous. With an asynchronous class, the calling method will call a member method that performs a long-running calculation. Your class does the work in the background, but it immediately returns control to the calling method. When the calculation is complete, your class raises an event, and the calling method retrieves the results by handling the event. I'll show you how to create a simple class that raises an event. I'm going to create a class called myCalc that performs a calculation when the calling method calls a member method. Instead of returning the result the conventional way, it's going to return it by raising an event. The first thing we need to do is to create a delegate for the event. You can do that in Visual Basic by using the delegate keyword. I'm going to call this noAnswer. I'm going to provide two parameters, the standard object, which represents the method that sent it, and an instance of answer event args. Answer event args is derived from the event args standard class built into the .NET framework. Now I'm going to create the answer event args class. Notice that it's inheriting from the event args standard class. It's going to have a single public member named answer. That's an integer, and I will just populate that value by adding two values provided to my method. I'm creating the myCalc class now. First, I'm declaring the event using the delegate. I'm going to name the event onNoAnswer, and there's the name of my delegate, noAnswer. Now I'm going to create a method called add that adds two integers. I'm going to use those two integers to populate the answer member of an instance of answer event args. So first I'm going to create an instance of answer event args with the name e. Next, I will set the value of e.answer to the sum of the I1 and I2 integer parameters. Now that I've created that instance and populated the answer, I can actually call the event by using the raisEvent keyword and specifying the onNoAnswer event that I declared. Providing two parameters, me and e. Me represents the instance of the class itself, and e represents my instance of answer event args. Now I just need to create an instance of myCalc and call the add method to raise the event. That raising the event will call my event handler. So right now I am using the add handler command to declare the event handler that I will create next. I'm naming the event handler MC onNoAnswer, which is a pretty standard convention. I'm calling add with two integers and then calling the console.read key. Console.read key just stops the debugger from closing the window so that we can see the results. Now I'm declaring the subroutine MC underscore onNoAnswer that'll act as my event handler. Notice that I need to add the object and answer event args parameters exactly as they appear in the delegate. Those must match exactly. And in the event handler, I'm just going to have a single line that displays the results to the console by using console.writeLine. Now to run the application and demonstrate that it works properly. If this works, we should see an answer of 8, the sum of 5 plus 3. Great.